using CapCut. And what I'm going to do is essentially just show you how I made where you are singing and into transitions. So that's going to give you just a basic idea of how I do some of these, and I'm going to make some more complicated versions later on and just kind of recreate some ones. Once you have CapCut downloaded, we're going to go new video. Oh gosh, block out most of this and just go just to the items that I need. I'm going to go to photos. I'm going to scroll down to the photos that I want. Starting here, we've got 4 initial pictures that we're going to use. So we're going to use these 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hit add, and that is going to populate our video here. Stupid ads. That's going to populate it down here. So once we've done that, this is our main video right here. So what we want to do at the same time is we're going to go down here and scroll across, and you would be using your finger for this, but this allows me to have the arrow and you can keep track of what I'm doing. And there's templates, there's backgrounds, but we want to go to aspect ratio, and it gives you several different formats to go with depending on what you're trying to create. Like this would be for like a banner or something, because you can create repeating banners and stuff like this. I think this is supposed to be movie format. I don't know what that is, but we're going to ignore all that. So as you can see here, we've got the TikTok. I almost said TikTok standard. We've got the 16:9 YouTube, and also the 4:3, which is, I believe, like 720. So this is like 720. This is like 1080. And Instagram. But in this case, we're going to go with TikTok. So it's going to change and reset the format. And it says here, use both fingers to resize your video. Again, what you do may change depending on the type of phone you have. Mine is Android, but the system shouldn't be too different. So I'm going to use my hands here. I'm going to resize the picture, make it a little bit bigger. Okay. And we're going to slide it over just a little bit. And as you can see, each picture has its own set of frames. Now, what you don't realize is when I made these videos using ChatGPT, ChatGPT doesn't always get it right, and you'll notice that we are missing a finger. But that's okay, because in the original edit, when I did that, I literally just zoomed in and you know, shifted over the picture to where you never actually see your hand. The most you might see is that. So it looks like she's got all of her fingers, even though, you know, AI isn't exactly reliable. Now again, I have initial photo. Once you have initial photos for ChatGPT and whatnot, you can go in and describe how you want to do it, but we'll do a different video for that. All right, so we have this video here, or this photo, and then we have this one, and we're gonna zoom this one as well to fill in the area. And it does kind of help direct you. You can see in the top and the bottom those lines that help you line up and center your photo. Like if I want to slide this over a little bit so you can see more of her hand, I can do that. It's all depends on what you want in the in the foreground and how you want to center it, because every shot has a meaning. Every shot has a different feeling, different angles, and different close-ups give a different feeling. Film theory, and the same goes with theater theory. All right, so we're going to zoom in so that this one fills the spot. So I have my 3 photos here. All right, Now, in a standard transition, I want to be able to do things such as add a little bit of motion to them, right? Before we get into all that, we need our sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right here where we have add audio. And then we can go to extract. We can go to sounds, sound effects. So that comes with like a whole bunch of pre-existing sound effects. We have extract, which is any sounds that you have on your phone or computer, whatever you're using. And then we have sounds, and as you can see here, TikTok. Those are TikTok antiquated. And then we have basic sound effects that come with CapCut. And this would be like a waterfall, cricket noises, explosions, things like that. So we're going to go into sound effects real quick. And as you can see here is different sound effects, swoosh, whoosh, mouse clicking, realistic sound effects, stuff like that. Let's see if they have swooshes. They've got ASMR, all kinds of different sounds. So, crickets. A nice outdoor time. And that's perfect. So we're going to put that in there. And what we can do is we click on that and we can drag it. Then we click on the item, and if you hold your click, so you click on it to activate it, if you press and hold, you can move the sound or item, which also works for the photos. So with that, we have our sound effects because it's nighttime, but that's really, really loud. So we're going to click on that. It's going to change down here. We can go to volume, and this is only going to affect the noise that we have. And just a quick aside, any item that you click on or function in here that has this little blue diamond, that is a paid for item. So just avoid anything that has a blue diamond next to it if we're trying to save money here. All right, so we got the sound effects of crickets. So we're going to take that and we're going to bring that down maybe to about 5. Oh, that's perfect. So we now have the sound of outside, but I think that may still be just a little too loud. So I'm gonna hit that. It's down to 3. I think I had it down to 3 or 2. 2 is good because it's just subtle enough. All right. We're gonna tap on it. And we're gonna go down here to duplicate. And now the sound just will repeat because it's now duplicated, of course. Now what I can do is I can take this because that's as far as the sound goes, but we can't make it any longer, but we can make it shorter. So we'll go to the end here. All right, so I'm just going to move this out of the way because I don't like that being there. We're going to click on this and this takes us back, and now we're back at the very start here where we have all of our starting options. All right, we're going to go back to sound. So we can just go to audio. We're going to look for sound, go into sounds again. And we're going to go up here. And we can go to our own files. I can go to device. There it is. We found what we're looking for. Going Galinda Teehee. We're going to take that. I'll hold, drag it over.
There's a kind of a sort of.
All right. We're going to slide this over so that we get to where more of the start of the sound. All right. So now we can literally start with.
There's a kind of a sort of cost.
All right. So this is what we're going to do next. We're going to take that first video because we want to extend that a little bit longer. So what we can do is now that we have that piece, we grab the little white tab and we drag it because pictures can extend infinitely. We're going to go to just above that, right where that sound is. And what we can do, if we want to get a more exact reading, what we do is you take your fingers and you're going to put them together and spread the fingers apart. And that will over top of the timeline, and it stretches the time and the sound so you can get an exact location of when something is supposed to happen. So, and then of course you play it back to make sure you get the right sound. So that seems about good. Oops, not ready for that yet. I'm gonna slide this back just slightly, and I'm going to change the photos and their positioning. I would like to put this one right here. So I'm gonna press and hold. I'm gonna drag, and it makes it all pictures and or videos into these nice, neat little squares so that you can rearrange where you want things to be. I'm going to put that right there. So now, when it goes, it gives a almost feeling of movement. Now, one of the most difficult things in doing this is you have to worry about consistency, especially when it comes to photos. So, one thing that you can do with that is we're going to take that picture. We're going to take our fingers and we're going to spread it up so that you don't see the board so much. And we just get a close-up. So now we have this snap transition of when you sing cost.
There's a...
And she can continue to sing in this manner.
There's a couple of...
And right here at about...
A cup...
Whoops. Okay, so I made a little mistake. That's fine. I didn't mean to move that. I'm going to go over here and undo the crop. So now we're back here.
There's a cup...
So at this point, I would actually like to have the arm sticking out. Oops. Okay, I'm going to bring this back in so I can see where I'm at, because sometimes you can easily get lost where you're at. So when she says there, I'm going to take this, I'm going to slide it back, and I'm going to shorten it. And the line of reference is the very inside of the tab, not the outside. It's the inside. So right about here, it's going to go here. But what I can do is I'm going to click on this, and you can click right here on the white square, and that'll give you transitions. So they've got some theme stuff happening right now. They've got classic and new. So you can go to classic, and you have your fades to black, your mix. What does mix do? There we go. That's cool. Okay. So then what you can do is you go down here, and it has, you don't want to hit apply all, because that'll give every connection to each thing the same transition. We don't want that. We want something different every time so that it adds a sort of unique movement to every position. So we go here, it changes how long that transition takes, whether it's 1 second up to 8 seconds, or in this case, milliseconds. So we got 0.8. And we can hit play.
There's a couple of...
And you'll see the little symbol there means we have a transition. So And even this, we can do a jump cut, or we can put a transition there as well.
Cost. There's a couple of.
So in this case, start here.
There's a kind of a sort of cost. There's a couple of things get.
And that actually kind of fell into place almost. Get right there. And then with that, let's say get.
Lost.
And we can add another one. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we're only using 4 photos for this whole thing, we'll take this one again. And what we can do is with that, we go down here. And we're going to scroll over and we're going to find duplicate it. And it's going to duplicate it immediately right next to it, but that's okay. It's not going to mess up any of the sound or anything. So then what we do is we take that photo, we hold over top, we get our little squares, we slide that over. And what we can do for that dramatic effect is we're going to take that picture and we're going to zoom in a little bit more. Position it how we want. You know, we get that nice up close getting ready. All right, we're going to do a quick little review just to see how that all looks.
There's a kind of a sort of cost. There's a couple of things get lost. There are bridges you didn't know you crossed till you crossed.
So what we're going to do now with that is we're going to take this, we're going to drag it all the way to the end here where the music stops. And thankfully our, we click on that, our, I don't know what you call our metronome or our line scale, lines up where the end of the music ends. And we can easily do that. Click on our photo, we grab the tab and we slide it over and it'll should snap immediately to where it needs to be. Now, I know it's kind of jumpy and it all right there, but we got other transitions we can use. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to play this.
Things get lost.
Now, I want some more motion right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to duplicate this. All right. Then I'm going to take that, hold it down, drag it over. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. So we got 0.6 seconds.
Things get lost. There.
All right, I'm going to take this.
Get lost. There.
And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom in here and find that one right here. And got to be gentle with this sometimes because it will zoom past you if you go too far. Whoop, just like that. And that's fine. That's fine. So then what we can do is review, see how much of that we want. So
Lost. There.
and we could even just keep that as our main piece right there.
Lost. There are.
And then we'll move this to about here. Again, remembering that the inside is where the inside line is where the two photos or videos connect. The tab is just for dragging. So I'm going to review that real quick.
There are bridges you didn't.
So what I want to do is I want it to go onto bridges.
There are
So our line is going to be here. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to drag this over to here. That works. And then here, I'm going to go down to animations, which is basically transitions, but it's a little bit different. Animations, so we have in and out, so that would be our transition in and transition out, specifically for that photo or that video. It is not a connecting transition when you, like when we clicked on the white square that's where the videos are touching. This is specifically to that photo or that video that you are working with. Okay, so in this, what I want is I want a slow zoom. And instead of trying to scroll through and find all of these, there's other variations and stuff you can go up here and click on to show you what they have available. And again, if you see the little blue diamond, you cannot use that effect without having to pay for it. This is what we want right here. So we'll do a zoom in, but we're gonna slow that down by dragging it making it as long as possible.
Couldn't be happier.
All right, so once we have what we're looking for, we just click on the check. And it looks like it extended the video a bit, but that's okay, because I'm going to drag it already. Bring it back.
Couldn't be happier.
All right, since it just ends right there, what we're going to do is I'm going to go right here. I'm going to click on the video. And I'm going to go over here to split. And what that does is that takes the video or the picture and it cuts it right there, which is great for when you're working on your transitions. But it's also perfect because you can just hit delete down here. All right. And it'll stay right there, which allows you to then just click on the sound. And we can split the sound as well. And since that was the last part of it right there, it's already selected. So we're going to delete that. And we're going to go back to the beginning here.
There's a kind of a sort of cost. There's a couple of things get lost. There are bridges you didn't know you crossed till you crossed.
Okay, so that's good and all, but I want to go back in. I'm going to go back to animations. I'm going to extend that.
Bridges you didn't know you crossed.
Because I wanted it.
Till you crossed.
Sorry. I wanted that to go the entire time. So that it's constant motion. So that's just through all the way to the end. Now this, again, this is the most basic when it comes to just doing these, working with CapCut and trying to create perpetual motion just using photos. This will hopefully get you started until we can sit down and kind of walk through some of the scenarios and some of the options. Until then, I will conclude this video until I have time to make another one.